Hey everybody, so I'm here to go over your warm-up, getting ready for sequences, and you're going to use your amazing algebra skills to expand these expressions by distributing and simplify them into their smallest form. Again, we're going to show all work, so let's get started. For letter A, it says x plus 1 is going to be multiplied by x plus 8. What you have to remember is this is two things times two things. So 2 times 2 is 4, which means that we should end up with 4 different multiplications when we're all done. We're going to start with multiplying x times x. We're going to distribute there. X times x is x squared. And then we're going to distribute that x to positive 8. So we're going to do x times positive 8. X times positive 8 is 8x. Then we're going to take and distribute the positive 1, except now I'm going to go underneath. So I'm going to do positive 1 times x and positive 1 times 8. Positive 1 times positive 8 is positive 8. So take a look at that. We've got 4 terms here from multiplying 2 terms times 2 terms. Our last step is to make sure that we simplify it by combining any like terms. So positive 8x and positive 1x are our like terms. X squared isn't a like term because x squared has a 2 on it and none of the other ones do. So we don't include that. We're just going to bring x squared down. We're going to combine these and get 9x. And we're going to bring down our constant. And that one is done. For letter B, it looks a little different than letter A because there's a square term there instead of having it expanded all the way out. So something that you want to keep in mind is that when you see parentheses with a binomial that's 2 terms in it with a squared term, the first thing you want to do is expand this out. And what that means is we're going to write it out x plus 8 times x plus 8. Now that you've expanded it, now you can distribute. Remember to start with your first thing, and we're going to distribute across the other set of parentheses. So we've got x times x and x times 8. Underneath, we're going to start with positive 8, and we're going to go under, and we're going to do 8 times x and positive 8 times positive 8 is positive 64. Remember, you're multiplying 8 times 8. Again, last thing that we need to do is we need to make sure we combine our like terms. Our like terms are our x's, and our final result is x squared plus 16x plus 64. What I'm going to do is highlight these. That's the final answer. For letter C, what one might want to do is think about what the 6 has to do with it. But remember that in order of operations, for PEMDAS, exponents come before multiplication. So the first thing you want to do is expand first. That means that you're going to write out x plus 5 times x plus 5. And you're just going to bring the 6 down. We're not even going to do the 6 yet. What we're going to do is we're going to distribute our x's first. So we're going to take this x and multiply by our second set of parentheses and get x squared. And then x times positive 5 is 5x. Go underneath. 5 times x is 5x. And 5 times 5, multiplying 5 times 5 is 25. We're then going to, don't forget about the 6. Now what I like to do is I like to combine like terms first. So I'm going to combine my 5 plus 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. So I should have x squared plus 10x plus 25. So if I was just doing the x plus 5 squared, I'd be done. But this whole thing, this x plus 5 squared, is now multiplied by 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our 6 down, and now we're ready to distribute that 6 all the way through. So remember, you don't touch the 6 until the very, very end. Work on your expansion, distribute all the way through, get your like terms, and then distribute your 6. So I have 6 times x squared, 6 times 10x positive, which is plus 60x, and 6 times 25, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 is 100, 5, 6, 150. And there's your answer. I dropped my pen. Cap. Done. Now, to take this a step further in progression, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this expression. The first thing I see is I've got 2 exponents down, but we want to expand this one first. We're going to expand out that x plus 5 squared. Good news is we kind of already did that here. Okay, so we're going to write out our x plus 5 times x plus 5. We are going to distribute x squared plus 5x. Start here, go under 5x and 25. We're going to combine our like terms here, and that's going to give us x squared plus 10x plus 25. That's just this piece of it. Okay, so that's just another reaffirmation of that. We're going to bring our 6 down, because remember, we don't do the 6 until last. We're going to distribute your 6 through. That's how we got this one. 6 times x squared is 6x squared. 6 times 10x is 60x. And 6 times 25 is 150. That's all this beginning stuff. But now there's something else. There's a minus 6x squared. So we're going to minus 6x squared. And that is our very last step. So what do you know about a positive 6 and a negative 6? What happens when we combine them? They cancel. So you're left with a total of positive 60x plus 150. That's your solution in simplest form. Last one. Here's the big daddy. Here it comes. Here's everything that we've worked toward. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by expanding our x plus 7 squared. We're going to expand this first. And when you expand it, that means we're going to do x plus 7 times x plus 7. Okay, so you're going to distribute x times x, x times positive 7, go under, positive 7 times x is 7x, and then 7 times 7, positive 49. That's just this part expanded. We're going to combine our like terms, and that's going to give us x squared plus 14x plus 49. Now, we're going to tackle this 5. We're going to bring this 5 down. And this 5 is going to be distributed. It's going to be multiplied across the whole thing. Remember, you do that multiplication after you've expanded and combined your like terms. So 5 times x squared is 5x squared. 5 times 14 is 70x. Sorry, that's a 14x. And 5 times 49 is, hold on a second, checking my math here, 245. Okay, and that takes care of the first half. Now we have to tack on the end. And all we have to do is add 3x plus 12. Now, if you're asking, like, why don't I have the parentheses there? It's because they're just there to group. But they're not being multiplied or subtracted or anything, so you can just combine them with your end result for your finale. So we've got 5x squared. There's no other x squared, so that's our beginning. We've got 70x and 3x is 73x. And we've got 245 plus 12, 257. And this is in its simplest form. Remember, x squared and x are not like terms, so they're just going to stand next to each other at the party.